conspiracy. I was working on the valve earlier, and the little window that goes up in the bottom for the bomb sight, the level bomber bomb sight, it had a nice little window. It had little stop pins so you could push it down into the hole and they wouldn't go all the way through. And it was a little big, so as is often the case with these kits from the early 60s, parts need a little filing and everything. So finally got it, and it went in snug. And I was like, oh, perfect fit, just snapped into place. And I start to reach for the glue, and I hear pink. And sure enough, that thing had just tension shot itself out, and I saw it, caught it but I couldn't see where it went. And I'm searching the floor looking for a teeny tiny piece of clear, and I even wound up using my little hand sweeper and everything to try and find it. And of course, I found about 3 pieces from models from a year ago that I couldn't find, but I couldn't find the one I was looking for. Fortunately, that's not critical. It can be replaced by any piece of clear plastic, and on that scale, one could make the argument that it doesn't even, the torpedo almost obscures it, so it's not hardly even worth doing. Another little trick, of course, is to take a little white glue, and thin it out and have it put a little in, and then a little more and a little more, and just build up, and then it dries clear. I made some windows for airplanes on small scales that way before. So I also had to, that folding wing, I had to split. The clamps had, these little early Japanese 1/72nd scale aircraft, they're cool subject matter. There's a lot to be said for them, but I got some rough alignment, and there's very little in the way of alignment pins. And the wing, for the folding wing, the main wing root on the right side had, apparently under the clamps it had slid just a skosh, but at this scale that's all it takes, and the things weren't working right. So use a little solvent, soften the glue. I did have to carve one little piece of plastic off, but basically I got it off without too much trouble and reseated it, and the fuselage split when I did it, so I had to remount that and everything. Just the usual little annoying backups. When you've got big hands like me, these little 1/72nd scale kits can be a trick. But great news though was that I used an old trick we use in building RCs. When you do the control surfaces, you put a little Vaseline on the hinges, and that prevents glue intrusion. And so I used a little Vaseline and lubed up the sliding mechanism for the wing, and it works a lot better now. I would show it to you, but I've got it hardening right now. Yeah, I really should not be using lube and hardening in the same paragraph. But anyway, the glue is drying. Well, what the heck? It should be set by now. So this was the wing that had all the trouble, and the piece, was that one or, yeah, it was that one. Whoops. Okay, that one just, remember the things pop right off. But this one, a few minutes ago, see it sliding in and out real easy now. And again, not exactly the metaphor I was going for. So, but just that little bit of lubricant, and it definitely, as you just saw, moves smoother than the other one, which does still work. And so there we go with that. And speaking of, wow, I just put that wing on backwards. There we go. You know what? I can do this later. Anyway, so I'll set that there. There's a little bugger. Same thing. It's going to be a great little airplane when it's done, but I put a primer coat on it, and you can see all the blemishes. It's just going to take a lot of work, but it is going to be a cool looking model. But these things have been surprisingly a little bit on the aggravating side. The flaps on the A5 do come down, so good on them for that. And the Swordfish, I finally got it completely rigged. Just started and repainted, just started doing some decaling on it. I found some spares, and I'm decaling based on an airplane I saw on was that Pathé, the old British news thing. And so the hardest thing to rig were just these ones in the tail. I must have done them several times to get it right. And finally got it rigged. I'll see if I can't take a closer picture of it for you. Now I got a package today from James M. out of Iceland. James, thank you. He sent me some stuff that I did not see. He sent me a little, really nice little miniatures of Shin Godzilla and Ghidorah. Unfortunately, when I put them together and set them on the table, they immediately attacked each other. But so I got them on their bases. Now, they came in these things. Each of them had one of these half-moon shaped spheres, like terrain, and then it had another one that you flipped the inside around and it became the base, and that was cool. But I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do with these. I thought maybe you just took them apart and you could flip everything over and just carry them in this. But the wings to Ghidorah don't fit, so maybe that's what it was for. So outside of that, I'm not entirely sure what these are for, but did not just do that. Nobody saw that. Yeah, I'll just put them up there and use them as a little extra terrain. Got some work done on the Stagecoach. Got the final coat and I'm using gloss on the side and flat on top because I figured the sun would beat the top up. And I got the luggage finished, and I got the figurines are actually already done. Still waiting for those paper instructions to come in before I get working on the harness. I can use the ones you guys sent me, but it's nothing like having the big paper thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I got sidetracked. James was saying that he sent me the little Ghidorah. He also sent me this movie, which I've never seen before. Only seen snippets on YouTube. It's a Japanese movie. I believe it's called Storm Over the Pacific. But it's made with, the kind of miniature effects and everything you see in kaiju movies. And a little bit I've seen, it was really well done. And so I've always kind of wanted to see the whole thing. And now I got it, so I can... and it's a very, patriotic Japanese movie. It's kind of nice to see a patriotic movie from, quote unquote, back then, the other side. So I'm looking forward to watching this, even if it means subtitles. Of course, I haven't seen it yet, so we'll see how that goes. I have seen one Japanese movie like that called, I think it was called Kamikaze. And the primary airplane they were using that were the Georges. And it had some really big formation scenes that were all electric motored planes on wires moving together in formation. And I'd seen some stuff the British had done like that in World War II. And that's if you're a model guy, that's just kind of like, oh, cool. I'd like to have one of those in my bedroom going around. I thought, yeah, because the wife's going to tolerate that. He also sent me this beautiful artwork from and it's just a Lindbergh line. I don't know where you got this, but it's like the box art, but it's just a nice, suitable for framing. So I've got to figure out where I'm going to put this. I'm going to frame it. I don't see any room left on the walls. I could probably move a couple of the box tops and make room up there because those box tops are small enough they could go other places. But this is nice. I want to be real careful where I put this. It's going to get a place of honor. And he also sent me this, one of the caricature ships. This is the Lexington, and it's by Ming. And I've never built a Ming kit, so that's going to go in the stash. And I will put it in the queue. So lots of things going on. We did the chat with Mike Mishat last night. That rhymes. For those of you who are wondering, yes, he does still sell prints. We had a great chat. I'm still working on Pete Vetri at Atlantis, which after I get this uploaded, I'll probably work on it after dinner tonight some. Now, Pete, I don't have decals for the Stagecoach, which is not the end of the world, but Pete thinks he might be able to round me up a set, and that would be awesome. So we'll see how that goes. So we rebuilt the cape. We got the A5 going. The Swordfish is making progress. I'm thinking I'm going to do it wings folded. And Stagecoach making around. Got the movie. Got the model. Now there was actually not really a script, but I wrote a couple of notes because there were a couple of things I wanted to put out. Make sure to thank James for the stuff, the care package. I appreciate that. And talk about the Kate and the glass. Pew, yeah. Conspiracy. Paul Burvid, I hope I'm saying that right, Paul, sent me some pictures today of a hobby shop that he closed some years back, and like a mom and pop operation. It was heartbreaking to look at it. We all had our hobby shops closed, or stores that sold our models. And it gave me a thought, an idea. I'm going to be putting together views, the builder views, the video on the ones you guys viewer builds. God, spit it out already, Max. On viewer builds, number 4, I'm going to be getting to that shortly, probably over the weekend. And I had a thought, and it's a little on the melancholy side, but I think it's worth doing. If you guys happen to have pictures of hobby shops or whatever that you used to go to that are no longer in business, send them to me, and I'll see if I can put something together with it. Or maybe tack on at the end of an occasional video in memory of, so-and-so's hobby shop. And I doubt many of us have a lot of pictures of things like that, but if you do, when and where it closed and who ran it, whatever information, because these things are worth remembering. They were part of our lives. And, lest we forget, sort of thing. So, let's see. Somebody sent me a funny clip from a Scottish comedy show, and I'm sure I still have it on my computer. If I can find it, I'll link it. But it's basically about a 60-second video of some guy trying to build a model, like things keep sticking to his fingers. And I'll see if I can find it. You guys probably have already seen it, but I was having that kind of day today. I spilled silver paint all over the handle of my paintbrush yesterday. Today was one of those days where I just had this in my hand. Where is it? And you've got to be kidding me. How did I knock that over? It was just klutz day. So I'm not starting anything till I get this stuff done, because I'm starting to get too many things going at one time, which we've all never done that before. And, wow. Now, so, Vaseline. Ooh. Hey, see! Oh, boy, that had nothing to do with the... Okay. Is that everything? See, these are the instructions for the Ghidorah, and this is by these are Bandai. Okay, well, that makes sense. So yeah, okay. I guess that's all for now. And oh no, one more thing. I knew there was something rattling around in there loose, along with the rest of the screws. The blue GTO. Now, a lot of you guys have noticed that the right corner of the hood had popped up a little bit. And I was like, you know what? I need to glue that down. So this will be a real simple operation. I was going to do other things. I had rubber gloves on. I had been doing a little painting, and I think you already know where this is going. I was like, okay, I'm just going to put a little of the Tamiya fine here and just pinch it down, 1 tater, 2 tater, 3, 10, let go. Ah, perfect. Sealed up nice. So now the hood's down like it's supposed to be. And like, crap. There was still some wet paint on my glove. And I got a little smidge of acrylic red on the hood. Not a problem, okay? It's acrylic. I painted that one in enamel. So I'm just going to get my little Q-tip with a little bit of isopropyl or a little water, and it pretty much came off okay. But I burnished it just a little too hard where it made the color look a little different. But I also, while I was doing that, at some point, because it was the same spot of the hood that I just glued down, I must have somehow touched the glue, because the Q-tip went over the decal on the hood and took some of the color off of it. So there's no way I'm ever going to match that decal color again. And it doesn't matter, because I'm done with the project. And I'm thinking, you know what? I think another car that's going to get that used car treatment like the red GTO got. Little GTO. It's proof you can destroy a kit or screw up a kit even after you're done with it. How many times, and here's the question of the day, QOTD, how many times have you screwed up a kit trying to fix something incredibly minor? Oh, we're all done. Just one little tweak. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. So, alright. Well, I guess that's it for tonight, guys. We will see everybody later. Thanks for viewing tonight. Thanks for all of this. You guys you're too wonderful. People keep sending me stuff, and I'm just like, I'm very moved by all this, because I know these things, they're not, nothing's free in life. And I really appreciate that. And I get these nice letters from folks that Beer Max, here are the videos I promised and a few odds and ends. I hope you enjoy. Happy landings, James. You know, how can you not be touched by that? And I mean, in the good, God, I really got to stop with these tautologies and double entendres. If I'm saying them by accident. I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. James, once again, thank you very much, and we will see everybody for coffee in the morning. You guys take care and have a great night.